Hey Pete, thank you for coming in today. Me and my team have talked about all the things that you've been going through and what you've given us, and we've come up with a workout program we think is going to work for you. So first off, we want to just address the goals that we have. We want you to be able to have a more functional life. We want you to move up on the Fontaine scale. That way, like you don't get to a limb amputation. With that, we also want to increase your blood flow. And the goal of this is also to increase your physical activity over time with less pain. Um, with this, we're going to have aspects. We're going to have a strength aspect, a cardiovascular aspect, and a flexibility aspect for this program. And with each of these, we're going to really focus on warming up and cooling down as well. So for the strength program, the goals of this are to assist with other aspects. It'll also be for muscle gain and muscle stamina, because the more muscle you have, the easier it's going to be for you to walk on uneven surfaces. It's going to be easier. You can walk longer with more muscle tone as well. So for this, at the first few months, so about 3 months in, or whenever you progress, we're going to start with sitting band exercises. We're going to go to standing band exercises whenever you can. This could include like hip adduction, abduction, everything like that. Whenever you progress there and you feel comfortable and less pain, we're going to switch to ankle weights to add more weight and more free movement. And then when you progress there, we're going to go to machines so you don't get injured or anything like that.
All right, Pete. So for flexibility, really our focuses are going to be around blood flow and really mobility. The flexibility isn't going to be anything heavy. It's really just there to help you in your strength training and your cardio as well, just really helping you in mobility and, like I said, getting that blood flow moving. There's the first 6 weeks, it's just going to be a few simple standing stretches, a couple arm pulls across, and maybe some toe touches, stuff like that. Sitting toe touches. Obviously, we don't want you bending over, getting a head rush, anything like that, anything that's going to put you in any kind of dangerous situation. But like I said, just some simple movements, a couple splinted stretches that you'll be standing on that have been proven in multiple studies to really help improve blood flow in patients with PAD. So those are going to really help out. But the main thing you have to stick to is your consistency. I know it's not something you necessarily want to do, doing these exercises all the time, but every morning when you get up, this like maybe a 5-minute walk through some stretches. Just make sure to do that for your first 6 weeks or so. After that, once you're comfortable, we're going to move to a really basic hatha yoga program. It's just a few poses. At the last 2 weeks, we'll add a couple that involve you laying down and stretching out. If you're comfortable with it, like I said, we really don't want you pushing anything, putting yourself at risk for injury or anything like that. So it's going to be really basic movements that help improve that blood flow and your mobility for your other exercises.
Okay, Pete, for cardio, this is one of our main focuses, so we're going to go a little bit more in depth with this. So we're going to test your progression by a 6-minute walk test, which is exactly what it sounds like. You will walk for 6 minutes and we'll record how many times you need to take breaks and stuff like that. Be looking out for information on that because we will be doing one of those pretty soon to get a baseline of where we're starting from. So it is a walk-based program. This is because walking is weight-bearing and it is full body. We'll be doing this 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. So on Mondays and Thursdays, we'll be in the clinical setting using a treadmill. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, we'll be outside, if the weather permits, doing like a nature walk or on a track or a trail, just as an assisted like with a buddy in case there was any stumbles or anything, just for a safety. So, so just a preview of kind of what it would look like when you come into the clinic. You'll start out laying on your back on a mat for 15 minutes. We'll then assess your ABI with a Doppler. After that, we'll move to the treadmill and we'll slowly progress the grade. So throughout this whole exercise thing, progression is key. So we're never going to progress you too far or too fast. We're going to monitor your pain on a scale of 0 to 4. Once you reach the pain scale of 3, which is kind of our goal, we're going to turn down that treadmill and start our cool down. After that, we'll lay back on the mat, assess your ABI again, and record the time it takes you to get to a pain scale of 0.
All All right, Pete. So as you can see, we're really trying to progress you up slowly here and get you working to where you're comfortable moving and doing these exercises. And then, like I said, consistently sticking with them, you'll see the progression, and your blood flow will get better. The pains will get less. You'll have a lot better time moving around and just living life in general. So we really look forward to working with you, and we hope to see your progression along the way. Thanks, Pete.